Hello and welcome to Daddy and Rocco's RC channel. Out again with the Yak-11 from Hobbyking. I've done some changes. After the last successful flight, I'm still using the 6500 high voltage packs, which are a bit light, and I was struggling to get CG. But yeah, obviously if you watched the previous video, you would have seen I had an adjustable wrench strapped to the battery to try and get that extra 300 grams on the front. But now I've managed to reduce the weight because it was weighing 3.7 kilograms. So now I've just got this little wire cutters strapped to it, and a couple of, I don't know if you can see down there, just a couple of sockets either side. So I've taken about 150 grams off the weight, and I managed to get the battery further forward. You can see the first mark is where the strap, well, where the battery used to be, but I managed to cut away a bit of the foam down here so that I could move that strap further forward. So the strap is almost underneath the bulkhead now, which means I can get the battery further forward, and as a result I needed less weight on the battery because it's more forward. I managed to save 150 grams. So the plane should, not that it was a problem, I mean it was flying beautifully, but you know, added weight is not a great thing. If you can get the CG right without adding weight, obviously that's a way better thing, a way better flying plane, and the wing loading is a lot better. So I'll get set up. It's getting dark. It's probably about nearly 9 o'clock, so I've probably got about half an hour before it gets dark. Not the best of days, but literally no wind whatsoever, probably a mile an hour if that. So this is probably the best flying conditions I've ever had, and we're on the cricket pitch, so we've got nice short grass, should be no problem. I just got to remember and keep it in my head, as you know, like eventually I'll get it, it'll be muscle memory. But I need to make sure I got the elevator stick down to keep that tail down on takeoff and landing. I've managed to do it the last flight, took off successfully, but on landing I forgot, but I did land in the rough stuff. So if you can see, like, there's a bit of a line there, well, this is one big circle cut short, and then beyond that is the longer grass, and I landed it in there. So today I'm going to try and land it in the shorter stuff, and if I can, land it in this little square, because this square is the shortest part. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to be doing any tricks and stuff. Normally after I've done the maiden, I then start, you know, doing rolls and loops and stuff like that, but I'm still very wary of this plane, very wary of this plane. It'd be nice to be doing some basic aerobatics, but we'll just see how it goes. The other problem I had on the last landing is, which one was it? I think it was this one here. Retracts come loose. Now it's kind of my fault, because when I first had the plane I noticed that this retract was loose, so I tightened the little grub screw which is on the back, not realizing there's one on the front as well. So I tightened that nice and Loctited it, and it was great. And then on the last landing I went to taxi and I noticed it wouldn't roll, and these retracts were pointing in the wrong direction. So I discovered that there's actually 2 grub screws either side. So last night I checked all that, and I went to screw the grub screw in, and it was threaded. I didn't really put much pressure on it, but it was threaded. So the only choice I had was to glue the retract into that spline and hope that holds. And then I screwed the grub screws in, which they're not really, well, one is, but the front one isn't, and if you haven't got both of them there, it's not really too clever. But yeah, I just had to glue the grub screw in as well. The other one's thread locked, but this one is super glued. I got a little bit of play on this wheel as well, and you know, it is what it is. Should be fine, I'm guessing. Right, so I'll pause it here, I'll get my stuff together, and yeah, we'll take off before it gets too dark and I'll have to go in without a flight. Okay. I always get a bit nervous at this point, especially with this plane. This plane, well, no plane's ever made me as nervous as this one. Yeah, I get this off on my head. The picture, the video quality might not be the best because it's quite low light now, a bit cloudy, and I had to zoom in a tiny bit, otherwise it's just a dot in the sky. So sorry about the video quality. I feel a little bit of a breeze coming now. It's always when I go to take off. So I've got people walking over there, I have to be mindful of them. Somebody walking their dog there. Is there anybody else? It looks good. I got a 7.5 minute timer. Obviously it way exceeds that. I think I had 63% left on the battery coming in at 7.5 minutes, or just shy of 7.5 minutes. But until I'm comfortable and confident with this plane, yeah, I'll keep it at 7.5 minutes. So the wind is really starting to pick up now. It's not bad, it's still probably below 6 miles an hour. But yeah, okay, let's see what happens. I've got the ailerons trimmed probably 3mm to the right, if you guys can see that. It's just about 3mm. That's what I flew on last time, it took off perfectly. Yeah, let's go. Should I wait for them people to go? It's gonna get dark though, isn't it? Right, let's just go. Let's see. Okay.
We've been cleared for takeoff.
Okay, elevator, flying in mid-rate. Okay, let's get it up nice and high. And we'll pull in the landing gear. I got the half flaps on as well. So let's put the flaps up first. Literally didn't budge. Let's bring it around to the side and then put the gear up, making sure I don't hit that throttle cut. Okay. Right, it didn't do the call out on the radio. Let's try that again.
Gear down.
Oh, that's weird, isn't it?
Gear up.
Oh. That's because it's a 3-position switch and I'm switching it all the way, that's why, I think. Get the gears up. She's flying lovely. I'm at just under half throttle.
6 minutes.
I need to keep an eye on where people are. When I come back round, I'll give it a bit of a burst of power. Is it going up? It's hard to tell, it's quite high up. probably about 3 or 4 mistakes high at the minute. Alright, I've got people sitting at the bench there now. Okay, let's give it some power. And let's do a loop. Okay, I did say I wasn't going to do any aerobatics, but I felt confident at that point.
5 minutes.
Okay, she's flying really nice. Well, that's cool. I got the aerobatics happening. Oh, I forgot to put the GPS on. Okay. Got to make sure I don't fly over those people over there. Hopefully you guys are able to see this. I have got it quite high because I'm a little bit wary, but also whether I got the camera, the phone on my head pointing in the right direction, or if I'm looking too high or too low, it's hard to judge.
4 minutes.
Okay, I'm cruising around at just over quarter throttle. Okay, the battery alarm just beeped. It's probably voltage sag.
3 minutes.
Let's go for a roll now. Okay, that's alright, it's quite docile. I think I've got like my low rates, mid rates and high rates a little bit too docile. I've seen other people flying on low rates and it was rolling a lot faster than that. But mid rates are fine for my capabilities. That roll seemed fine. It was a little slow, but I think that's fine. Got 2 minutes left, or just over 2 minutes left. But she is flying beautifully.
Two minutes.
Okay, I think we'll just do a flyby, putting the gear down, and then I'll probably try and land with flaps this time. Okay.
1 minute. Gear down.
Okay, I can see at least one wheel. Let me swing it round and make sure Both wheels are down. Yeah. Okay, going flaps. I think it might be better just to go with half flaps on this.
30 seconds.
Okay, let's try the flaps. See what happens to the
Flaps
plane.
full.
Oh,
Flaps up.
okay, I went
Flaps half.
full
20,
flaps there.
19, 18, 17, 16, 15.
And it dies a little
14,
bit, so I've got
13,
a little bit too much
12,
of a mix on the
11,
elevator.
10,
Right, those
9,
people have gone now,
8,
so that's a good thing.
7, 6, 5,
Right,
4, 3.
let's bring it into
2,
landing. I've got a little bit too much elevator for the mix. Oh, she's coming in fast. Okay, let's go back and try that again. 7.5 minute timer has run out now, and it's starting to rain. Okay, let's bring this round. She's coming in hot. I'm only on half laps. Let's do that again. That's way too hot. Way too hot. Take a bit more of a longer approach. Okay. Whoa! Oh dear! Do you know where that is? Oh, I think I lost my landing gear as well. I hit a bump and I put my thumb down on the elevator to keep that tail down, not expecting a bump. And I think I've lost my landing gear now. But you can see the bump here. I think that is the bit there. See where the ground has a bit of a bump? I didn't see that as I was coming in. And yeah, my elevator, uh-oh. Yeah, lost both gear. Ugh. Oh dear. And here's my my battery alarm. So the gear just looks like it's come unglued. Hopefully they're not broken. One looks like it might be. Let me just check to see if there's any parts around. No, I can't see any. Propeller looks fine. Big lump of grass on there. Everything else looks fine. But yeah, I don't know if you can see that. See how that big bump, I didn't spot that before. So it would have been better if I landed the first time instead of going back round. It would have been better landing hot than hitting that bump. And because I'm cautious of keeping that tail down when I land, I straight away went into autopilot, and not autopilot, but you know, in my head automatically held down on the elevator. I've been trying to train my brain to remember because I keep forgetting that. But yeah, I hit that bump and it started to get a bit of air, a bit airborne, and obviously if you're holding the elevator doing that lower speeds, I guess that's what happens. But it's first time for everything, and I've learnt something new, and it's starting to rain. Right, so let's have oh, and I forgot to put the onboard camera on. Right, so let's have a little, let's just check the battery first and get all that sorted. I forgot to put the GPS on, I forgot to put the camera on. Would have been interesting to see what speeds it was getting. So it's saying 32%, 22.77 on a high voltage pack, so that's fine. I'll check the cells. Look at that, perfect. 3.8, 3.79, 3.79, 3.79, 3.8, 3.79, 22.78 volts. So that is literally a perfect storage charge. What was my timer? My timer was 1 minute over 7.5 minutes. So that was an 8.5 minute flight and come down on a storage charge. So an extremely efficient plane, although I wasn't really giving it too much power. There was bursts of power that I gave it, and you know, doing the loops and stuff like that. So it wasn't that I was being conservative. I would say I was probably half and half. So this plane's good for an 8.5 minute flight. So I will bump it up to 8 minutes. I won't go to the 8.5. But yeah, just because when that battery alarm starts going off at 3.8 and my timer's chirping at me, I know that I've got at least 30 seconds to abort a landing and try again. Not like that though, you know. If I'm going to abort a landing, I want it to be because I save the retracts and gear and save the plane, not like that. But yeah, she's not damaged. Well, we'll see. Let me just put this canopy back on and we'll see what it looks like underneath. Okay, this is where I could do with a plane stand out here. Right, so what I should have done is test it, shouldn't I? I should have left the battery connected and tested it. How am I going to do this? Okay, is that going to sit on there? Just about. I landed with half flaps. Should have tucked them back away. Right, so this retract, it seems fine. It's come unglued. I wouldn't say it's because it didn't have enough glue in there. I would say it's just one of those things. And you can see the carbon spar, like a small carbon spar that goes along the front of the wings. And when I damaged the wing, I got this carbon rod to go into this one. So this retract seems fine, it just needs re-gluing. Yeah, I think this one will be fine. This one, oof, it looks a lot worse. I can't tell what's going on there, but it looks like yeah, it's cracked along through there. I don't know if you can get new ones. I should be able to repair that. Look, and it's split all the way along there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new plastic surround or work something out, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm sure the actual retract system is fine. But yeah, with it being split, I won't be able to fly that again until it's sorted. At least I don't think so. It might be alright, I don't know. Yeah, this one just got to re-glue it. That one I'll have to do a bit more work for it because the surround is cracked. Let's see. It's done a little bit of damage there as well from the retracts hitting it, and a bit there. So are they gonna fall out? Nope. So a bit more fixing to do, but it should be fine. I'm happy that, you know, I wasn't planning on doing any kind of aerobatics or loops, but yeah, it handled it really well. It flew beautifully. I didn't have to trim it, I didn't have to do anything with it really. I got to adjust the mix on the elevator, because it was too much down elevator when I put the flaps on. Not much, but you know, it was a little bit too far down. So I'll leave it like that and end the video, and we'll be out again. Hopefully the weather's gonna clear up. We've had a lot of rain lately, but yeah, that was the, I almost said X-Fly then, Hobbyking Yak-11 Steadfast 6L. Yeah, a great flying plane, but I'm not a great pilot, unfortunately. So I'll say this: God bless you, take care of your families, and remember, Jesus loves you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.